Hey everyone, it's Dan. Today is May 1st, 2024. It's been about a year since we raised our Series A, so I'm going to do a video investor update. First off, what problem are we trying to solve? LMs are getting smarter and smarter, but still know nothing about you. I like to think about this on a 2x2 grid. Imagine one axis is from dumb to smart, and the other is from generic to personalized. When we went from GPT 3.5 to GPT 4, it certainly got much smarter, but these large language models really don't know much about you. Our hope is to take the magic of a large language model and as it gets better and better, augment it with the context of everything you've seen, said, or heard. That's where Limitless wants to play. We want to be the most personalized AI powered by what you've seen, said, or heard. So let me show you an example of what I mean by each of these different quadrants. For a prompt to draft an email to Sam Altman, if you ask ChatGPT or GPT 3.5 this, it would respond, I hope this email finds you well. My name is insert your name, and I'm reaching out to you as I am interested in discussing a potential collaboration or partnership with you. Doesn't know much about Sam, doesn't know much about me. GPT-4 got a little bit better. It says, hey, I hope this email finds you well. I don't know why these large language models really want you to be found well with emails, but my name is your name, and I'm your position at your company. Here it says, I've been closely following OpenAI's remarkable advancements, so it knows that Sam runs OpenAI and has been inspired by your leadership. So that's pretty good, but what it's missing is what could be done if you took that model and used the context of your past. So here's what we think a draft, an email to Sam Altman should be looking like. Generative AI can say this using the context of your past to say, thanks for investing in us 4 years ago. It's been quite a journey. Over the past few months, our team has been working tirelessly to incorporate everything we learned from Rewind into launching Limitless. I'd love to tell you more about it and get your advice, any interest. That's the email style I use. That's the context of the last few months. It uses the context that 4 years ago, Sam was our first investor. That's exactly the kind of thing we want to be offering. So our product is a personalized AI powered by what you've seen, said, or heard. The most important part of our product is our context. The context that we help you collect is our moat. And the beautiful thing about our business is as we get better and better at collecting more context and large language models get better and better, it just gets cheaper and better. So we are kind of agnostic to the underlying model. We've used pretty much everything underneath the hood. So Limitless is basically a combination of the best-in-class large language model, the foundation model, and the context of everything you've seen, said, or heard. End of the day, we don't believe in replacing your technology. We're not in the camp of thinking that we should be better than your phone. We just believe in integrating seamlessly with your existing tech. In fact, we started with the customer problem first and worked backwards to technology. We're not hardware in search of a problem. We are trying to seamlessly integrate with your life. So that's why it's a web app, a Mac app, a Windows app, and a wearable. Speaking of wearable, it is the world's most wearable wearable. We're 30% smaller than most of our competitors. It's just 31.9 millimeters wide and 16 millimeters thin. This wearable is one of the many parts of our platform, and the whole platform is really focused on privacy. And a big reason why is we found that when we learned with Rewind, people loved how their data was safe from their employer, was safe from the government, was safe from the software provider, and that promise of privacy was something people really loved. They actually collected way more about themselves than they would otherwise. But it had some drawbacks. It didn't have the convenience of being in the cloud. You couldn't access it from any device. You had limited storage, and you couldn't really leverage the best AI models, which, as I showed earlier, was kind of core to making our product great. So over the last year, we've come to a new platform that we really like called the Confidential Cloud. It gives you privacy and convenience. This is the foundation of Limitless, both the web app, Mac app, Windows app, and the wearable. So we put all this together. We launched it on April 15th, just 2 weeks ago. Just put out a tweet. It went pretty viral. A 9.5-minute video got 2.5 million views. Mainstream media picked it up. The Verge wrote a great article about it. Fast Company wrote a great article, and Wired did as well. But I have to be honest, the highest praise we got was from Mark Andreessen, who said, every now and then you see the future. So thank you, Mark, for that. He wasn't alone. Plenty of other folks on social media responded very well to our launch. I think the timing was pretty good. We had just come off the heels of some pretty negative press around some of our competitors. So people were pretty refreshed to see the approach we took. Now, this approach of sort of shipping and launching and putting out there and it growing virally has been kind of our secret to success when it comes to distribution. We call it the product-led growth flywheel. We ship features. Hopefully they wow our users. They share those wows on the socials, and that gets us more users who give us more feedback. We're very responsive to user feedback, and that helps us ship more features. So that's been our formula for success and helped us grow to where we are today. We ship 17 releases a day. This is something we really focus on. Over the last week or two after we launched, we've come down a little bit, but we were frenetically shipping as fast as we could to try to build a product based off of user feedback. We had early design partners for Limitless that really helped inspire what we focused on. The business model is freemium. It's frictionless. You can actually use the product anonymously today. You don't have to log in. The free product gives you 10 hours of AI per month. It's today, 63% of our users use it for free. And 29% use the Pro yearly plan where you get a discount, and then 8% are going month to month at $29 per month. We think all of knowledge workers, all billion knowledge workers on this planet are our market. So that gives us, hundreds of millions of potential customers and a total market size of 94 billion in annual recurring revenue. Now, obviously, huge markets attract competition. Either what we're doing is a good idea or it's a bad idea. If it's a bad idea, we'll fail. If it's a good idea, I think it's inevitable companies like Apple enter the market. We have 4 big advantages today versus Apple. The first is the innovator's dilemma. What we do is weird and creepy. That helps us. For everyone at Apple who might want to do what we're doing, there's probably hundreds of people to tell them no. And then they'll probably wait until we validated the market. We've got, we're a big multi-billion-dollar public company. And then maybe Apple says, maybe we should do this Limitless thing. By then, though, we'll have had a huge first mover's advantage. Unlike Dropbox and iCloud, where you can just drag your files from one solution to the other, once you start collecting your data with Limitless, everything you've seen, said, or heard, it's proprietary, it's stored and encrypted in a database that isn't as easy to switch from one platform to the other. We're also super fast, as I said before, 17 releases a day. I give my cell phone number to all our Pro customers. When Tim Cook starts doing that, I know they'll be as customer-centric as we are. Today, we've got 8,874 customers. That grew about 200% year over year. We've sold 13,615 pendants. Our subscriptions have also grown nicely. We're at 2.2 million in annual recurring revenue. That's grown 207% year on year, and our monthly retention is 97%. Last round was about a year ago. We raised in April 2023. Our last valuation was 350 million. We have 21 million in the bank, which means we haven't even started spending our Series A. We've got 3 years of runway yet left, even though hardware is hard and expensive, but we've still been very capital efficient. Got plenty of runway left. We're very grateful to the folks who've led our prior round. Sam Altman was the first check in. First Round Capital led our pre-seed. Andreessen Horowitz led our seed round, and NEA led our Series A year ago. Speaking of Series A, last year we did raise our Series A. We did a little bit in public. Here's the distribution of offers we got back then. This is kind of crazy for a company that was sub 1 million in ARR, but we got a lot of interested investors. We ended up choosing a valuation at 350 and giving everyone the opportunity to invest at that price. But we often get asked, hey, if you're going to raise again, what valuation are you expecting? We'll let the market decide, but here's data from a year ago. Since then, we've grown 200%. Here's our roadmap. I went over this in detail during the launch announcement. So if you're interested in learning more, go ahead and watch the Limitless launch announcement, and I'm happy to elaborate. Ultimately, our vision is to free the human mind from its biological limits. We're very grateful to all of you who are investors to help us further this vision. If you're interested in learning more or investing more, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm just Dan at limitless.ai. Thanks again.